An incredibly rare van to show you here today. This is our 2023 on a 23 plate Ford Transit Custom Signature. But what makes this van rare is that this one is a 340 model, so 3.4 tons gross vehicle weight. It's got the 2-litre EcoBlue Euro 6 diesel engine producing 170 PS. So this is a 340 170. There's not many of these around, that is for sure. This is an L1 short wheelbase based on a limited panel van. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Ford Transit Custom Limited of this age. I'll talk you through what makes this van one of our signature styled Transit Customs, a bit about the service history and what we've done to it during our preparation in readiness for sale, seeing as the vehicle is currently available for sale this year at Bridgend Van Centre. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with rear barn doors. So barn doors are 2 doors which open in that sort of fashion. On a limited, you get a number of elements which come colour-coded in the body colour, which includes things like the door handles, the bumpers, the mirrors, bits of trim like this down the side and above the rear bumper, all come colour-coded in the body colour, which in this case is this lovely metallic black. Bit of spec to talk you through on the back here then. So this one has got the rear view mirror camera, so you can see that this camera is sort of quite parallel to the ground, and that gives you a display inside the cab to mimic what you would get from your rear view mirror, but in fact it's actually a lot clearer, and I'll show you that a little bit later on. You also get parking sensors. You can see rear parking sensors there nicely integrated into the rear bumper. And while we're down here looking at the condition of the van, you can of course see a lovely gloss to the paintwork. Here's a couple of small little marks here to the rear bumper, which I'd like to point out, just a couple of minor little hairline marks. But as always in these videos, if there's anything that I can see, I will gladly point it out to you. But generally speaking, very, very impressive condition. But as I say, if there's anything I can see, I'd always like to highlight it. If we open up the rear doors then, we can start to have a look inside the back of the van. So once this yellow arm is pushed against the door like so, that allows you to open it up to its full 180-degree position. You can, of course, lock it into place using that arm at 90 degrees, but for the purposes of this, I'd like to open that right out to show you the condition inside the back of the van here. So this has had brand new ply lining fitted. That is something that we do during our preparation. So the vast majority of panel vans which come into stock with us come with brand new ply lining, and you can see that this one is no different. The Limited comes with this lovely hard wearing plastic floor, which is great. It allows you to easily sweep it out and keep it nice and clean, and you can see the ply lining here that they do a fantastic job, all sealed in, and even on the rear doors, so full rear door coverage, and even nice details like these little infills here, which are again nicely silicone sealed in. Factory lighting and loading points there on the roof, so you've got the nice LED strip lighting there, which again does come from factory on this age, and these nice little hooks here which you can aid in tying cargo down. You've of course got the factory ones down here as well to help you with that as well, and you can also see the condition there of the bulkhead, just how clean and tidy that is, and you've got the nice little load through hatch there at the bottom of the bulkhead as well. Shutting the rear doors then, we'll continue to go around the outside of the van. Now I mentioned a couple of times about the word signature, and this is signature styled. So what that is with us is all the body styling which has been fitted, which we have done during our preparations. We've got the rear spoiler which has been added there. We've also got a nice set of roof bars. Down to the bottom then, there's a set of Caliber T-Sport alloy wheels. So these are 18-inch, all brand new of course, load rated with fully load rated tyres. We absolutely love this alloy wheel. We've fitted these for a number of years now actually on Transit Custom, and it just works so well. They're a very robust wheel. These, I've never had one crack or buckle, and I think they just suit the Ford styling so well. Also, while we're down here, you can see a nice set of sidebars which have been added, and then around to the front we've got the lovely front splitter which has been added, and also the Ford Trail front grille, and that's a factory product. That is the Ford Trail front grille, so fantastic quality on that. Having a look down the passenger side of the vehicle here, and this is where I like to look in these reflections, looking for any signs of previous repair. And to my eye, there has been a previous repair here at some point in its life, and that is only, as I say, looking down the side of the vehicle, I can just detect a slight sort of ripple around this area here just when having a look. I would say probably 99% of people are not going to see that, but as I say, if I can see it, I will always gladly point it out to you. I mean, the actual finish of the paint is absolutely fine. It's all again, lovely gloss to the paintwork. Not really going to notice it, but transparency is the name of the game with us, and as I say, if I can see it, I will show you that it is there. Opening up the side loading door then, we can just see how clean and tidy it is in the load space from here. Opening up the passenger door, have a look inside here. Lovely condition there. Nice condition of the step, the floor, the front seats are in brilliant order as well. Very, very smart indeed. This van has not had any heavy use, and I can say that with confidence because of the nature of its previous use. So this was actually owned by a mobile bartender, was the previous owner of this particular van. So certainly not a builder's van, more carrying spirits than spirit levels, I guess. But as I say, certainly not a heavy use van, and you can really tell that with the condition inside the cab there. It's in lovely order. Have a look at the condition here at the front of the van. You're going to get a few stone chips, of course, dotted around on the bonnet. Of course, that's going to be consistent with its age and mileage. We have just neatly touched those in during our detailing, just to of course present them as well as possible. And also at the front of the van here, you can see then the lovely LED daytime running light around the outside of the headlights there. And I think front on, that just looks so nice with the Ford Trail front grille and also that front splitter as well. But yes, looking very, very smart indeed here at the front of the van. Let's have a look at the windscreen. Any signs of any chips or anything here? Tiny little one there. Wouldn't even class that really as a chip. And again, just another couple of tiny little ones over here. You can't even get your fingernail in those, but so no concerns there. And then finally here, looking down the driver's side of the vehicle, and this is looking very nice. This is all original to my eye down here. This is all looking absolutely spot on. Very clean and tidy. As you can see, the guys detail the vans. You can just see the gloss finish to the paintwork. It is absolutely lovely. Opening up the driver's door then, let's have a look inside here. So, as I say, exceptionally rare this being the 340 model, so it gives you a much higher payload than just a standard 280, for instance. And as I say, this is a 170 and with that automatic gearbox. I say an exceptionally rare van. Opening up the driver's door then, have a look at the condition here of the step, the floor, the driver's seat. Is all looking absolutely spot on. Driver's armrest, you can set that to your desired height. That is on a ratchet. There's 2 full flip remote keys with the vehicle. On top of the driver's door then, you've got electric windows, electric folding mirrors, you've got auto-activated lights, auto-activated wipers. Lovely condition to the steering wheel. It's still got that lovely matte finish to the leather there, which I always like to see on these. On the left-hand side then, you've got the cruise control settings. On the right-hand side, you've got your onboard computer controls just there. And then into the centre, 38,974 miles. And you can see it's all idling correctly there, no warning lights or anything like that. On the dashboard, you can actually see there's a larger screen here in the centre, which tells us that this van has got satellite navigation. So that is part of the sat-nav pack, is you do get this larger screen here in the centre, which is very nice. So not only have you got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this Sync 3 screen, but you've also got inbuilt factory satellite navigation as well. So if you ever to run out of 4G signal, you can rely on GPS signal through your satellite navigation. Of course, you can connect your phone to this via Bluetooth as well if you want to. You've got DAB radio on here also. Down below that then, you've got air conditioning, heated seats, heated windscreen and heated door mirrors. All of that comes as standard on the Limited. As I mentioned, that automatic gearbox. And then above that then, this rear view mirror camera. I absolutely love this. I've got this on my own van at the moment. Absolutely love having this. So you've got some adjustment. So you can adjust the brightness there and also the height. So you can adjust that slightly. But if you want to, you can just turn it off. So by flicking that down, which would usually be your sort of anti-glare, you can flick that on or off, and it is super clear and crisp view out of the back. As a much better really than what you would get if you were to have rear windows and a normal rear view mirror. You'd be sort of squinting to see what was back there, but as I say, with that you get a really nice crisp and clear view out of the back. In terms of service history then, we do have record of a previous service being carried out on this van in January of 2025. So the van was registered in May 2023 and it was serviced in January of 2025. So it's nice to see that it's been kept up with the recommended schedule. During our preparation then, Bridgend Van Care, which is our van specialist workshop, they have conducted a thorough health check, of course, on the vehicle to start off with, but they have then fully serviced the vehicle, which is a full service with us. So that is all of the filters, including the fuel filter, the pollen filter, the air filter. All of that is changed, of course, along with an oil change. And we've also given the van its first MOT as well. So it's not actually 3 years old until May of 2025. So that's when it's actually due its first MOT, but we have given it its first MOT, so you are absolutely ready to drive away straight away. So the van is as a fully prepped and prepared. I say it is now all good to go, so you can drive away in this van literally in the same day if you are interested. If you'd like to see the full advert, you can head over to our website there, bridgendvans.co.uk. That's where you'll find the price, the description and the photography of this van, and of course all of the others that we've currently got advertised. The vehicle will be supplied with 12 months AA warranty, so even though there is a time left of manufacturer's warranty, we will extend that with an AA warranty that we provide on all of our vans. So you've got 12 months from the date of sale. We can take cars or vans in part exchange. We can arrange delivery nationwide, and we can also arrange finance at very competitive rates, whether that's for a private individual or for a limited company, of course subject to acceptance and status. Thank you very much for watching.